make a video for when you don't feel like showing up, because that very much is my situation today, and it happens all the time. It happens at all levels. It happens to everybody. And at the end of the day, people glorify this kind of the discipline thing, whatever. It's not like it's not always going to happen. You will fail a lot. That is how it works. If you're not failing, it's because you're not trying and you're not doing it right. But the biggest lessons that I have learned from the days when I don't feel like showing up is to reduce the action threshold as much as you can. Make it simple. Do something. Make it stupid easy to do the action. Don't make it perfect. Do something bad. Do something stupid. Just do something. Inaction is the worst killer. That is your worst enemy. It is not about quality. It is not about, like, it's hell. So just send an email. Do 5 push-ups. Whatever your goal is. For me, right now, it's just I've been doing a lot of calls. I've had a hellish week. It's been a really good week. Don't get me wrong. The past couple of days, shared a lot of very good news. I'm very, very excited. But I've also been really tired. That is the reality. And today in particular, man, my work was unfocused. Things didn't move forward. And I get frustrated with myself because it happens often. But I think you have to reduce the threshold and get comfortable with the fact you will fail all the time. You will fail, and you should be failing every single day. If you are not, then it is my opinion that you are not setting your goals high enough. You are leaving no spare capacity, because if you hit every single goal that you have on a daily basis, you're not failing to reach the next level, right? And that means, in my opinion, I think that's not pushing as much as you could be. And maybe that's something that just I struggle with perhaps more. I've always been one who I've been good at strategy, and execution is sometimes something that I need to double down on personally. But there are plenty of days which don't feel super, where you feel tired and whatever else. And the best decisions I've made, the most productive times I've ever had, are when I show up, regardless of to what standard. It is better to show up for something than for nothing. There's not that much news in that advice. I don't feel that's any particularly new reflection. But today, that's been a poignant reminder for me that I just want to make sure that I move something forward. And today was not the most productive, but still moved something forward. And that is really ultimately the on a daily basis, that's the criteria for success. Is did you move something forward? Because you'd be surprised how many people don't. And when I say move something forward, that means do something that is legitimately moving the needle forward in some meaningful way. It does not mean, making a coffee and replying to your WhatsApp messages. I find I can procrastinate a lot by doing kind of fake work, right? Just doing things that kind of need to be done but aren't really too much work. Just know that it is a human thing. And even in these videos, I went into it with, obviously, I've been recording these reflections on a daily basis for a big part of that reason is just that I want to make something that I have to show up every day for, because that helps me establish momentum. And there have been a handful of days that I have missed, but I don't particularly care. Too many people get caught up in the idea of the streak, the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 100. Stop telling me the number of times I've seen people on day 20, day 50. I'm on day 120 or so, and it doesn't feel like it's been 120 days. The real, if you want to build anything big, you've got to be thinking in thousands of days, and that's a long time. If you don't accept that, you're probably gonna have a hard time. And in 1,000 days, do you really think you're not gonna miss one? If you don't, great, make it 10,000. You'll probably miss one at some point, and that's okay. that's not going to be the end of the story unless you let it be. For the days that you don't feel like showing up, reduce your action threshold. Make it easy to complete the task. And if you don't show up on that day, that's okay. Show up on the next one. But you got to get back to showing up. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. I was reflecting a lot on strategy stuff, which I didn't really need to be reflecting on. You needed to be executing more than anything. I might go to sleep now. I might do a little bit more work. I'm probably just going to organize my work and get things ready for tomorrow. And yeah, all the time. It just there are all kinds of ways that I fail on a daily basis. I wanted to go to the gym today. I didn't. I wanted to make some plans for a video, and I didn't do like a kind of proper video. I wanted to well, I did some other stuff that was important too, and I did move some stuff forward. But ultimately, those days do exist. Don't be afraid of them. It is better to stick to a plan at 80 or 90% rather than get caught up in the few times that you fail, and just do it for the sake of doing it is probably the best. It is when I have made the most progress in anything, is when I just force myself to go through the motions for the sake of going through the motions and for no other reason than to show up. The only goal is to show up. That when I have made that the goal, I have made so much more progress than any other time. When I have attached, when I'm okay, I'm gonna want to hit this goal, this deal, whatever. Like it has been, that is when I have made probably the most inconsistent progress. And I saw my friend, this happened to my friend where she was posting some stuff and then she got bogged down with exams and stopped for a while. Inaction is killer. Now she's way behind. She lost so much momentum and now she's picking herself back up, but it is hard. And when you attach too much to the goal, you run that risk. If you do things just for the sake of doing them, just for the sake of going through the motion, because you told yourself that you were going to do this, which was the case when I started doing gratitude when I was like 16, 17, and that ended up changing my life in a lot of great ways. When I started these videos, when at some point I decided to do Twitter, and I got really good at that, and then guess what? I stopped. And to this day, I have not properly gotten back to what I was doing. But if I had kept doing that, I would be so much further than I am now. And it is a lesson that I am looking at time and time again. I'm drawing the line between the dots in retrospect, and I'm seeing the things that I totally missed out on. And maybe I'll save some people that pain. But for the days that you don't want to show up, just remember that is the goal. Yeah. I'm excited about the work that I have to do, but at the same time, I need to get on top of it. 1 a.m. again. Probably gonna wake up tomorrow around 8 and just get back on top of things. I got a bunch of events tomorrow, so I don't get to sit down a whole lot. So I gotta do what I can in the meantime.